Are you struggling to keep track of all of your subscriptions? I mean, how many subscriptions do you have between the apps on your phone, the streaming subscriptions, Amazon, and let's not forget those dating apps? Hi, I'm Elena of Financialdemics, and I give you the tips and tools to manage your money, increase your savings and your income, and decrease your debt. And truthfully, we know there are so many more subscriptions and then the ones that I name. In 2021, West Monroe, a business and technology consulting firm, did a survey on the subscriptions that Americans have, and they said that the average consumer spends about $273 a month on subscription. I don't know about you, but whew, that is a lot. But in reality, I can see that. So if you're not sure how much you're spending on subscriptions, I can tell you that I am spending somewhere around, if we include the gym and all those good things, I can tell you I'm probably spending somewhere around probably like maybe $100 a month. I'll let you know for sure exactly what the number is. I'll put it right here so you all can see, but I know that I'm spending probably around that much because we have a lot of family plans with our kids on them, with my brother on them, and things like that. But if you're struggling with keeping track of your subscriptions, here are some things you can do to get them in order and reel that in a little bit. The first thing you need to do is really audit your subscriptions, or basically just see what subscriptions you have, what date they come out every single month, and how much they cost. And the reason why I say audit them is because once you figure out what subscriptions you have, you really need to determine, are you using the subscriptions? And if you are using them, are you using all of the things that go along with having that subscription? One thing I know I've been telling myself recently is I need to use all of the stuff that goes along with Amazon Prime, especially since they're trying to go up in price. So I need to sit down myself and figure out everything that goes along with Amazon Prime and see if it even fits for me to keep it, even though I don't know, y'all, because I like my 2-day shipping, but I have to really evaluate and see if that is even worth it anymore. Now, when you're evaluating your subscriptions, do not forget about the subscriptions that you pay for maybe on a yearly basis. Don't forget about the subscriptions that you have on your cell phone. I feel like that's the one that you easily forget about, and you really don't evaluate what's happening with that because it just happens and it's just easy. And one thing I can tell you is Apple actually reached out to me because we have an Apple plan. I hold the Apple Music subscription, the family plan, and so all of our kids are on there along with my brother and my husband. And Apple basically told me that the amount that we're paying for Apple Music and all of our iCloud, because really that's all that we have on there, and then maybe one like podcast subscription, that I basically need to get the Apple One service because I would end up either spending less and getting more for it, or I might spend like $1 more but have more access to some of the other things that I know we would use. But while you're doing this audit, if you find a subscription that you're not really using, or maybe you're only using it for like a certain period of time and then you kind of just let it go, then I want you to also evaluate whether or not it's worth keeping. Because even though you may be paying like $5, $10 a month, if you're not using it, that's about, if it's $5 a month, it's $60 a year, and if it's $10 a month, it's $120 a year. And it may not seem a lot, like, oh, it's $5, $10 a month, but come on now, what do you want to use your $5 or $10 for? You can invest that $5 or $10, you could save that $5 or $10, you can put it towards whatever debt you want to pay off, you could use it to do something special for yourself. Now, it might not get you fully what you need, but it's going to get you closer than you were yesterday. So why give your money to someone you're not using it, like you're not benefiting from it? It doesn't make sense. If you see that, go ahead and cancel that subscription because you're not using it. And also with these subscriptions, also check and reach out to them and see if there's another subscription available. Because sometimes we just sign up for what we originally signed up for and realize like we're not using everything, and maybe there is a cheaper version where we could still get what we want but not spend the same amount. Now, if you're struggling to keep up with your subscriptions and when they actually come out or hit your account every month, then one thing you probably should do is use a financial calendar. I talk more about a financial calendar in this video that I'm linking right here, but what you can just use is a financial calendar, and it's basically on the calendar or your Google Calendar, because it doesn't have to be paper, or your iCalendar, whatever you use as a calendar. Put on there when your subscription comes out of your account and the amount, and make sure it carries over every month. And when you add a new subscription, which I want you to take away a few, but if you add a new one, because it happens, because you know, then you put that on there too, so you can have an idea of when items are coming out of your bank account and you're not caught off guard, because nobody wants to get a non-sufficient funds fee for a $4.99 subscription. Like, okay, I don't even know how much those fees are now. What are they, $30? Nobody wants to pay $34.99 for a $4.99 subscription, right? So make sure that you have an idea of when your subscriptions are coming out of your accounts. Another thing that you can do is you can actually set up your subscription to come out of one account. So whether or not you're using a bank account for your subscriptions and you're using like your debit card or like a credit card, make sure you're paying that off every month though. Have all of your subscriptions go to the same account. That will make it better for you to keep track of them, especially if you're a person like me and you like to use multiple bank accounts. Then you really want to make sure all of your subscriptions are hitting in the same place, just to make it easier to keep track of. Now, if you catch yourself continually getting stuck into subscriptions because you was trying to do that free trial real quick, but then you forgot to cancel, whew, I've been there a couple of times. This is what I do. I actually, anytime I set up a free trial, I immediately go into my calendar and I set up for about 2 days before the trial is up, a reminder for me to cancel the trial. And I typically put it around the time where I would be like in a place to be able to do it immediately. So if I know I'm going to be at work during the day, I'm not putting it at work because I might be in the middle of something when it comes up. I may put it up like, you know, maybe 7 o'clock that evening, because then I can stop whatever I'm doing and go ahead and cancel that subscription. So make sure that you set that up. When I have those, I do it a couple days out, but I also put it for every day up until that day, so that just in case I'm in a space where I can't do it at the time, I'm constantly getting reminded to cancel that subscription so that I don't get stuck paying for it. And if you have not noticed, a lot of these companies, when you sign up for a subscription on a free trial, and maybe that trial expires like, let's say the 31st of that month, they would literally charge you early morning on the 31st. So you got to be prepared, okay? So you got to make sure you get to it before the 31st. Do not wait till, I mean, you can wait till the 31st, but try to get to it that morning, like before that morning, because I've literally seen a subscription service charge me at like 2 a.m. I was asleep. They charged me, but I had planned to cancel it. So I had to go behind and try to figure it out and get them to do it. But they will try to charge you early in the morning. So make sure that you cancel it before that day. And if you are struggling with keeping up with all your subscriptions and you're looking for like a better way to really track them in something more automatic, then there are 3 apps that really can help you with doing it. The first one is called Hiatus. It's exclusively available in the Apple App Store at this time, but it helps you with tracking your subscriptions and really making sure that you're able to reach your financial goals. So it does more than just, you know, your subscription. So basically with this app, you're going to link your financial accounts and it's going to track how you're spending, and it's going to give you basically an overall summary of your balances and your debt. And it has a section that actually keeps track of all your subscriptions, and it actually notifies you before the renewal so you can decide if you really want to cancel your subscription before it actually renews. Now, the Hiatus app is free, but as with all apps, it does have a premium version which costs about $10 per month. They also do some bill negotiation, which I think what happens in this case is that they keep 50% of the amount that they actually save for you. So you don't necessarily have to use that feature, but it does exist to help maybe get some of your bills down, especially if you are a person who maybe doesn't have time to do it for yourself, or maybe you're a little timid about negotiating your bills. Another app that can really help you with managing your subscription is the Truebill app. Now, the Truebill app is mainly for subscriptions, but it does have some budgeting features included in the app, and it is available on Apple and Android. Now, Truebill also connects to your financial accounts. It gives you a synopsis of all the subscriptions you're paying for, and it gives you the opportunity to cancel them if you want to cancel them, just like the Hiatus app. It is a free app, but again, it has premium features that you can pay for if you choose to. And just like Hiatus, it does have a bill negotiation service. And similar, it's not 50%, but I think they have a range of how much they keep if they're able to save you some money. So you would have to look into that piece yourself, but it is another option to use their free features to be able to keep track of all those subscriptions you have. The next app is Bobby, which is free also, but is currently only available on iPhone. If I'm not mistaken, I think that they are working on an Android version, but don't quote me on that. I thought I saw that somewhere though. So with Bobby, you actually have to manually enter in your subscription. So it keeps track of your subscription. So you're not gonna link it to like your bank or your credit cards where your financial information comes through. You actually manually enter in all of your subscriptions, and it just gives you an easier way to keep track of those subscriptions in one place, so you're not looking all over trying to figure out what subscriptions you have, the amount of those subscriptions, and it will give you a better idea, just like the other two though, of how much you pay each month in subscription. Now, similar to the other apps, it does have a premium version that you can pay for if you choose to. So you really don't have to struggle with tracking your subscriptions, but subscriptions is one of those categories behind groceries that can really get out of hand if you are not paying attention. Be proactive and stay on top of your subscriptions so that you're not spending more than you plan to on things you're not necessarily using. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. And if you are looking for a better way to manage your money, then check out this video right here.